Hi there, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So, if this is one of your first times joining me, or if you haven't joined me in a while, my whole purpose of doing all these different lives that I do throughout the week is to inspire you and help give you confidence to create beautiful paper crafting. Um, Paper crafting and card items. Oh my goodness, can't even talk today. In any event, I'm hoping that I do inspire you. Now, if you are joining me and you're joining me through YouTube, make sure that you subscribe just right down below. And if you're on Facebook, make sure that you've given StreamYard permission. That way I know who I'm talking to. In any event, this is part of a live presentation. So if I do reach out and I say hello to different people, or if I do answer their questions, which might be some questions on your own, that's the reason why I do this. So it's Wednesday, it's Mystery Wednesday. And basically, this is where I pick or I give you three clues and easy, fairly easy clues. Hello, Carmen, is something that you would have in your craft room. And this allows you to have that freedom of how to create. I tend to do stamp sets that I have. Just remember when you're creating this on your own, try to use different stamp sets than what I'm using, because that's what creates you and pushes you to that other level of creating. In any event, let's push on right on down to my desktop here. Hello, Betty and Teresa. Awesome. I'm so glad you've joined me. Now, the clues for today's mystery challenge is flowers. So I want to use this textured floral. You guys, this is one of the best stamp sets that I think is out there. The other part is bright colors, and I'm going to show you the colors that I'm working with today. I'm going to work with Flirty Flamingo, and I have to honestly say I don't work that much with this particular color. Costa Cabana, well, of course, everyone knows that I love Costa Cabana. That's my brand color. And then we're also using Parakeet Party. But don't they look just absolutely gorgeous together? And to me, this is definitely a real summer palette. That's for sure. Now, the other thing is none of the dies. We do not use any of the dies. We can use punches. We're not going to use anything that uses a cut and emboss machine. So no embossing, like with embossing folders, no die cutting. So that really, actually, it's harder than what you think. If you go about and you create a card and you do it without the die cutting machine, a lot of times you just refer to it immediately. So we're going to use this one here, and I've got my card pieces cut. Hello, Janet. And hello, Marjorie. So I've gone ahead and I've used the Flirty Flamingo for my card base. And this is a regular cardstock. It's card piece. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. We folded it into the mountain. And I'm just going to actually come with my bone folder and make sure I've got a really good crease on there. I have a piece for the inside. We'll go into those measurements in a bit. I have this piece here, and this is the Coastal Cabana, and this is 4 by 5 and 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a piece of basic white, and I got to go ahead and measure this again. This piece is at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4, and that's going to be the piece there. I do have a piece that is, this is 1.5 inches by 2 3/4, and I've scored it at 1/2 inch there. And we're just going to do a flap card on there just to do something that gives you a bit of a difference on there. I'm also planning on using magnets, so I'm hoping that I do get those done. I've also gone and I've used my punches, because you're allowed to use punches in this one. And I have cut 2 of the Flirty Flamingo at 2 inches. And I've cut a piece, a basic white, and this is 1 3/4 inches. I love the fact that these punches are available. this punch here, the 2-inch punch, is available with the online exclusive if you cannot find it. It is bright, but you know what? It's so pretty this together. And I think you'll see that I think I made it work. And then of course I've got the piece for the inside, which happens to be 4 inches by 5 1/4. Hello, Barb. Yeah, they are pretty colors. Anyways, this textured floral stamp set is absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking this piece here, and I do definitely have to use my paper piece piercing mat, because this happens to be a photopolymer stamp set. It has some great stamps on here. Now, I was just looking, and I'm just actually going to grab a piece to cover this, because when I stamp this with this color here, I'm going to be going off of it. So I want to go and whoops, oh dear, we got a real mess going for us down here now. Anyways, I'm going to use this, and I've already got these already mounted, but I'm going to go ahead and let's take our Flirty Flamingo to begin with. I want to take this bigger flower, this one right here, and I want to do some stamping with that. Like I say, this is not a color that I use very often. It's one of those ones that kind of just gets missed all the time. So I'm just going to randomly stamp this. And this is a distinctive stamp too, which makes it just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to kind of make this kind of like, not a collage, but I'm going to be making my own patterned paper. And by doing that, what you want to do is you don't want the stamp to be going always in the same direction. You want to kind of rotate the stamp a little bit. So I'm just going to go, and I've got that like that. And I'm going to come in, and I'm probably going to put some more of this on, so I'll leave that there. I'm going to come in with my Parakeet Party. And the leaves that are in here, they've got some beautiful leaves in here. So I'm going to use the big leaf on one of them to begin with. And let's just go ahead and put that kind of going like this. Whew, it's very pretty. And then I have another one. And I ran out of the blocks. I want to just take that one off. So I want to go ahead and let's just get that going there. And I think I could also go and let's put a tiny bit just down here in the corner. So see how that's starting to work. I'm using bright colors. All right, I think that's going to be it for the Parakeet Party. I think, well, unless I want to add some more leaves, I can add some more leaves. So let's come in with the Costa Cabana. And this, oh my goodness, there are some beautiful, beautiful flowers in here. These are little ones. I need that actually on a different stamp. Let's see. This one is this one here. So I'm just going to come in with this Coastal Cabana, and let's go ahead and put some of these flowers. And remember I said we're going to turn these flowers around. And I'll put one up here. And the secret of all of this is turning your stamp set. So let's go ahead and put that there. And I think we can put another one. You know, I'm going to put one in there. And then there's that other bigger, this bigger one. So let's go ahead and put that right on there. And you know what? I think what might be really nice is to come back in with this particular one here and use the Flirty Flamingo. And let's just put that kind of in there. And I think I could even go and put a tiny bit in there. And maybe a bit more in there. So see, we're getting a beautiful piece that's there. I would really like to put something in there. We'll come around and we'll get that done. Now, these are the center parts of the flowers. So I have this. this one here, which happens to be this one. Just going to close this up. And I'm going to come in with Melon Mambo. And I know these are all bright colors, so I'm still within my guidelines. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those in the center, just like that. And there's this other one, this other piece here. And I'm going to actually do that also in the Melon Mambo. And really, this can just be fillers. Let's go and just put some of those fillers in there. And what else have I got here? Now, this little piece here is kind of like a center, can go in these smaller ones. So I'm going to come in with my Lost Lagoon. That's about the only subtle color that I'm using today. And I'm just going to go in. Let's just do, and this just gives a bit of a different look to these flowers. Wow, I really like that one. Now I could have, and maybe that's what I will do, is I'll come in and I'll clean this particular one, this one. And this was that larger flower, so I'm just going to clean this off. And I think we'll use the Lost Lagoon in there. Ooh, pretty. Now, I'd like to see a tiny bit more maybe of the Parakeet Party. I wonder what I've got that I could put in. Are there any things in here that I haven't used? Ooh, the splotches. I don't really want to use splotches. I think I'll come back in with this particular one. Let's see if that will work with the Parakeet Party. I don't want to do too much in there, but I think it just needs a tiny bit. Not a whole lot. Whoops. That did not get cleaned. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Guess I didn't have that wet enough on there. Well, let's try that again. Let's just put a tiny bit up. See how that's, it's not really. There. Let's just put a tiny bit up there. And you know what? You don't notice that too much. Maybe just a tiny bit right there. There. There we go. All right. So let's close up those. Now, I do need to have a sentiment on here. So I have to decide. And I think Birthday Blooms for You will be there. And I'm going to do it in, you know what? I think it'll look okay in the Flirty Flamingo on here. I have to clean off that stamp because I kind of wrecked it with that Mango Melody. Oh, not Mango Melody, the Melon Mambo. All right, so I just want to kind of put this on here. And you know what? There is nothing saying that I can't turn around and put this little tiny one. Let me get this. And let's do that in the Coastal Cabana on here. Oh, and we're probably going to want to decorate the inside too. I'll do that. And let's just kind of put this off to here. And while I've got all this out, I might as well color this one as well. So we're going to come in with that Flirty Flamingo again. This might be too bright or too big of a flower, but I think it'll be okay. I'm going to come back in with that color. Now let's make sure we get this good and clean. And we're going to use the Melon Mambo on there and just put that into the center there. There we go. Just like that. And it would be nice to have, that's that Melon Mambo again. There we go. Just going to put that there. All right. So I think that's mainly our stamping. And now what we want to do is we want to put our hello. Hello, Michelle from Newfoundland. Awesome. Okay, so I've got that. I've got our paper piecing. Like I say, the clues today were we were using bright colors, no die cuts, and geez, what was the other one? What a great memory I have. So we are using flowers. That's the other part. So that's going to go in there. All right. So this piece here, which like I said, we're going to go and we're going to put this right on the inside part of this card. We're just doing a flap card. And I want to make sure that at least it's going to flap over and we're not going to end up where it's going to keep flopping open. So I'm just going to come in with my tear and tape. I'm just using a gift card holder to just tear that off. And then this piece here, we're going to go and I want it to come in the middle there. That's about, I'm eyeballing that. And that's just going to, I've just put it onto that part there. Now, the center part here is just going to go right on there. And that's going to cover that lip up there. So let's go ahead and do that now too. I don't know. I'm wondering what the weather's like all across Canada. I know in Kamloops here, it's very hot. We're supposed to have actually a threat of a thunderstorm today, which we don't want because of the dry timber out in the forests, that's for sure. All right, so we have that like that. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put this Coastal Cabana piece on there. Wow, really pretty colors. You know, and the thing is, I could have done another layer of this parakeet party. It goes so well with all three of these colors. Now this is going to go here, but what I want to do is when I go and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sandwich this in between here, and I want to flop this down. So what I'm going to do is I have some magnets, and these magnets I got off of Amazon, and I'll actually come in and I'll just show you right there. This is the number. So if you want to screenshot that, and I get these magnets right from Amazon. You get 60 or 80 in there. I think 60. They're very, very thin. So you're not going to notice them. So I'm going to come down like this. And what I want to do is I want to put this on here in such a way. So I'm going to come and I'm going to use a glue dot on here. And what this is going to do is then flap down onto the card so that it stays shut. So by putting that there, I'm going to come with my magnet. We're just going to put it on there. And then this piece is just going to go across here. And then I'll show you how to position the other part. So we're going to just, let's see how that's going to work. Do we want it over a little bit more? Yes. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come with my tear and tape here. And I want to get this right across here. And then that's going to just get right onto there. And you know what? I think I can put some tear and tape onto that side as well. Whoops, that's going to be too long. So this tear and tape can tear, plus also it can be cut, or it can be cut with your also with your credit card or a gift card. All right, so this, like I say, is going to go on here. I want this to come down and line up completely with that part there. So now those two pieces are going to keep together there. I want to sandwich this in between because I don't want to see any of that mechanism, right? So I'm actually going to glue that. Just like so. And now what we want to do is we are going to take this piece here, this magnet, we're going to put it on there. And then I'm going to find out where this is going to go. Whoops, I guess that's the opposite side. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I've got it on here and I'm going to come back in with a glue dot. And then this way, we're not going to see any of this. So that's like that. I'm going to come like this and tear that off of there. And now I can go ahead and center this on here. And when I go to do this, it's going to snap down. Does that work for you? Betty said it's cloudy there in Calgary. Hello, Jan. Sunny and hot in Oregon. Yes. Are you inland in Oregon or are you on the coast, Jan? Okay, so this is just going to go on here like so. Let's center that. And raining in Wisconsin. Wow. Okay, so then this part, that's just going to clip down. We're going to put this on here. And you know what? Because of the magnet, it's popped up a little bit. So I'm just going to actually put this right on there. Just a very simple card. But shows you how you can use that beautiful, beautiful textured floral stamp set. So see how you can just, wow, it just goes amazing. So there we go there. And then it snaps down. And it's kind of nice that it snaps down because that way it's not going to fall open. When you want to display it, you can do it like that and it's not going to interfere with it, but then that snaps down. Now, of course, normally would I put ribbon? Yes, I usually put ribbon, but I think what I'm also just going to do with this, because we want it to be a fairly simple card, is I'm going to come here and I'm going to use my iridescent rhinestones. Haven't used those in a long time. Sometimes you go, oh, did they retire? Well, no, they haven't retired. But I'm going to just go put those iridescent rhinestones onto this card as well. All right. Just because you don't really want to take too much away from the pretty of that, right? Just there, and one more right here. So there we go. Simple card using the clues. And this is why I say, so go into your craft room and make sure that you take something that's flowers. There's so many beautiful flower sets. Use something a little bit different than this. Let's see what you can do with that. Use bright colors. Bright colors. I happen to use Flirty Flamingo, Parakeet Party, Coastal Cabana, and then I did accent it with Melon Mambo and the Lost Lagoon on there. And then, yeah, and do not use your die cut. So really open to fussy cutting. So if there's something that you've done stamped and you want to cut it out, by all means, you can fussy cut, but no die cut. And then no embossing folder. Yeah, like I say, these magnets, here's the thing. I'll do it again. Here's the screenshot for it. Just go ahead and do that. They were not available at one point in Canada, so I'm not too sure. Thank you, Dorothy. In any event, okay. So if you like that, give me the thumbs up. Share my video. I really do appreciate it when you do share my video. Also, what else is going on? Oh my goodness, what do we got? So tomorrow is my Now What series, where I pick something from the studio where I might show you a different way to use it. I don't know, I might show you something that you knew about all the way along. I'm not sure, but it's something, or it could even be a new bundle. I'm not too sure what it could be. Also, yeah, so 6:30 tomorrow night Pacific is when I'll be there. And if you do live in Canada and need a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just make sure you reach out. I do have a host code. The host code is always posted towards my blog, but I'll also start putting it onto my Facebook group. You guys have a great day. Remember to keep to create, because it's great for the soul. Bye for now.